Hi Aquarius. So listen, I've already had to pull the cards. Every video is taking like a day to upload, and I put aside an hour to try and do a couple of readings, and if I didn't do it this way, then I'd just be all over the place. So your additional guidance card is mending. Very beautiful card, by the way. I really love these cards. It's like some sort, I think it's going to be an emotional mending. Some sort of healing's going on between two people, maybe more than two people. But this is reflected, you start in a 10 of cups and you end in the 6 of cups. So both of these cards really are cards of emotional connection, a lot of joy. The cups represent our emotions, tend to, in both cards, are about you and other people. The challenge is the 4 of Swords. So I think people who are in isolation, and even if you're not in isolation, other people are in isolation. So the challenge is being disconnected. The Tower is the gift. And as the gift, this is a bit of an incredible gift actually, because there's a lot of cards, and there's only I've been a reader for a very long time, and there's only certain cards that actually cause a change to happen. Yeah. The Tower's one of them. I can't help feeling this is in your relationships, because the 5 of Wands is other people's energy. There's going to be a little bit of I feel most relationship connections at the moment have a little bit of tension around them. And the reason that this tension is going on is we're all having to face an awful lot of our fears. And basically, I think the best way to deal with this period is actually to be in the 4 of Swords. But you're dealing with people. The 5 of Wands is a very interesting card. Again, it's showing up a lot. The 5 of Wands is head and heart going in separate directions. Yeah, it's a little bit of a, it's a great card for creating change. And so is a Tower card. There's some big change going to happen this month. And I cannot help feeling it's in your relationships. You're having no pentacles. No, there's no pentacles at all. It's all emotionally focused. And remember, no, actually, can I take this back? Because I want to talk about this 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands can be this feeling. It tends to represent people in your life that want to make a change, but they haven't acted on it yet. So within them is this big ball of tension. Yeah, it's a card of angst. And angst can be a feeling of, I want to make a change, but right in front of me is this tremendous black hole. And a black hole is a perceived absence of love. So you might be sort of dealing with people who really want to make a change, but are too frightened to go forward. But the Tower, and that's how the Tower gets a terribly bad rap. The Tower card is our card. It's ruled by Uranus. The planet that brings change into people's life is Uranus. That's what creates great shifts. That's what creates the energy, because people can want change for years, but if they don't have, if there's not certain energies working in their favour, that change does not happen. There's a change going on here. These two cards, honestly. And they tend to show up as someone's consciousness, like moving them forward, but they're resisting this change, and it's always because the unknown. People fear the unknown. Everyone fears the unknown. So tell me more. I'm sure this, tell me more about the gift, but I think these two cards are connected, because I see them together quite often. And when they show up, they tend to show up as the change is going to happen. But boy, it's like you're dealing with people who are holding on like grim death, by the way. And I can feel the tension in my shoulders, even working with these two cards. Tell me more about the Tower as a change. Because remember, the Tower comes after the Devil card. Tell me about the Tower as a change. And the Devil can be about things being stuck. Okay, it's with the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords tends to be a feeling and the Wheel. There's a huge shift going on here. The Eight of Swords is all the reasons why I cannot. It's a feeling of being stuck, being trapped. And then the Wheel comes after the Tower card. It's like, and it's funny because Saturn is in Aquarius, as most of you know. Saturn also gets a bad rap. But it's almost like the Tower and the Devil card are like working together, and that is going to create one hell of a tension. What I'm intrigued about, Aquarius, this seems to be showing up as other people's energy. And the reason why I can read it that way is that Five of Wands. Anyhow, let me carry on. I'm really intrigued now. So the Ten of Cups is behind us. Beautiful card. Sharing yourself with other people, clarified with the Two of Cups. I wish. Beautiful. Mending, connection, soulmate card. Doesn't always have to be a soulmate. Can be soulmates come in so many different shapes and forms, by the way. I'm sure I'm all your soulmates, Aquarius, actually. The challenge is that Four of Swords. So, a classic example of being in separation from someone. But that Five of Wands and the Eight of Swords is creating an almighty tension between freedom and order. Freedom and order, freedom and order. Freedom. This is all about order. And it looks like there's I can't help feeling this is showing up as other people because there's no pentacles. But it's almost this great energy to generate change. And these are the resistances against change. These are states of mind. These are energies beyond your control. Because they're soul lessons or lessons about destiny. And at the end of the day, the Tower only happens, which means change only happens when the timing is right. And that's how we can, you can be dealing with people in your life and you're just like, what's going on here? We cannot even comprehend it. But really, really what's happening when it comes down to it is they're not being energetically supported to move forward yet. There's a tiny bit of that still. The Tower is the first card and it's the gift. And I can quite assure you, the Tower always wins. And I think one of the big lessons of the moment is none of us are in charge. And, there's so many greater powers in charge of our universe. And it's going on here. The Seven of Cups is underneath this Tower. So it's almost like there's a lot of confusion. There's confusion. There's a head and heart pull. There's I don't know how to choose. And then there's the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is hitting the sweet spot. It's like a surfer. And he's been waiting for like a day to get a wave. And he sees that wave and he just rides it and he gets what he's looking for. He hits the sweet spot, he gets the nectar, and it's also my soulmate card as well, and it's with the Sun card. Oh, Aquarius. But it's not without tension. Last summer, I'm an Aquarius. These were my cards last summer, yeah? These two. And I always worked part-time in a job that I couldn't bear being in it. And I had those cards for like 3 months. And oh my gosh, the tension. And then suddenly the Tower, and I'm out. The decision's been made and I've gone. When a change is happening, it's always a Tower. I mean, what's going on at the moment is a Tower on a collective level, and that's probably the challenge position. But this isn't. This is to do about connection. This is to do about your relationships. Is there a struggle? You damn bet there's a struggle. But for anyone who's ever given birth, for anyone who's ever seen it or understands birth, it's goddamn messy business. And it's goddamn painful and it's stressful, but eventually we come out that canal and the change has been made and we get to experience the sun and we get to experience joy again and we get to experience love. I've not done this for anyone else, so don't tell me off, Aquarius. I need to know what's going on here more, because I can sort of understand what's going on in my life. Shall I go right? Shall I go left? You know, there's quite a lot of confusion. I still felt that was more, I felt that was coming. There's a little bit for you, but I felt particularly other people's energy, that Five of Wands. Tell me more what Aquarius is going through. And it's fine, because this is definitely a relationship issue. Knight of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. So the tens are completions, always have been. Everything starts on an ace and ends on a 10. There's 2 tens ending here. 2 tens. The Ten of Pentacles is a fantastic. It's an ending. It's about prosperity and really, really good money card. Okay. So if any of you are struggling, and sometimes our struggles are all in our minds, but that's a really bad place to have them. Okay. And then the Ten of Wands, which is the ending of an oppressive situation. Again, the Tower card as a gift, when it's paired with anything like this, you're talking about really, really potentially some very good news coming your way. Because, yeah, it's with the Fool. It's like there's a completion here. And that Ten of Wands, I mean, that can be a job you don't want to be. It can be just dealing with situations that have been draining your soul. Aquarius, you weren't born to have your soul drained. Okay? Yeah, I did say that. Let's say it again. Aquarius is not born to have their soul drained. It looks like something is ending and there's some good news coming your way. You only got 1 Pentacle card, and it was the Ten of Pentacles, and that Ten of Wands is walking into it, which means it's maybe time to put that burden down that you've been carrying. Anything more that wants to be said here? Poised, just ready, available, integrity, being open. Clarify other people's energies for Aquarius, please. 1 card to clarify their energies. 4 of Cups. Goddamn hate that card. Someone who's just staring at this cup but not taking action yet. That's what's creating the 5 of Wands. Someone's not moving on an impulse. It's inertia. It's almost like, oh, this is as good as it gets. Even though I see this cup, I'm just going to sit under a tree. No judgment. It's because the Tower has not struck yet. Tell me more about Aquarius relationship. Yeah, 9 of Swords, fear. There's a lot. It's like they're holding back the evolutionary principle. Do I think they're going to make a change? Yes, I do. Because, oh my gosh, I've tried to hold back that Tower. Oh, so many times. And sometimes I've got away with it for a couple more months. My shoulders have been up at my ears, but I've got away with it for a little bit more month. And then I just went with the evolutionary process. And I think some of you are dealing with people who are very, 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 very protective of, it tends to be their security, because that's where it's just because it's what is. It's that sense of safety, of stability. And the only card that brings change into that is a Tower card. And even then, honestly, I know what I was working with, and I still resisted it to the bitter end. There's a little bit of a struggle between the old order and the new beginning. I think there's a lot of beautiful new stuff here, and there's still a lot of more challenging energies have been held back, holding yourself back. And I think that's particularly true for your relationships. Okay? Oh, Aquarius, just allow me to wish you all the best. Freedom from harm. Those that you love, free from harm. And whoever you're dealing with and around you, I really hope they get this freedom to let go and to trust the unknown. I think in time you'll find it will just happen. Okay, much love. Speak to you soon. Bye.